Day by Day Kids Bible, Day 34. Miriam Gets Sick. Numbers 12. Moses' sister Miriam and their brother Aaron started making a fuss. They fussed at Moses because of the wife he married. Does God talk only to Moses? Hasn't he talked to us too? They said. Now Moses did not think he was the greatest. He did not think he was the most important. God spoke to Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. I want all three of you to come down to the worship tent, he said. So they went to the worship tent. God came down in the tall cloud. He came right to the front. He called for Aaron and Miriam. They stepped closer. Listen, said God. There are people who speak for me. I talk to them in dreams. But it's not this way with Moses. I talk right to him. I don't talk in dreams or riddles. He sees my shape. So why doesn't it scare you to fuss at him? God was angry with Aaron and Miriam. God left. The cloud went up from the tent. Miriam was left, standing there with a bad skin sickness. Her skin had turned as white as snow. Aaron turned around and saw her. He said to Moses, Please don't be angry at us. We have been foolish. Don't let Miriam die. Then Moses cried to God, Please make Miriam well. God said, Make her live outside the camp for a week. Then she can come back. So Miriam stayed out of the camp for a week. That week the people didn't travel. After that, Miriam came back. She was well. Then the people traveled again. A look into the new land. Numbers 13. God's people camped in the desert. There God told Moses, Choose some men. Send them into the land of Canaan. It's the land I'm going to give my people. Tell the men to look around the land. So Moses chose 12 leaders. Moses told them, Go into the hill country. Find out what the land is like. Find out if the people are strong or not. Find out what kind of towns they live in. See if the towns have walls. See if they are like forts. Look at the ground. See if it's good for growing food. Find out if trees grow there. Try to bring back some fruit from the land. So the 12 men set out. They looked all around the land. They found a valley where grapes were growing. They cut off a branch of grapes. It had one bunch of grapes hanging from it. They got some pomegranates and figs, too. They put these fruits on a pole. 2 of the men carried the pole with the fruit. After 40 days, the 12 men came back to Moses. They told him about the land. They showed him the fruit. It's a good land, they said. It will be easy to grow food there. There's more than enough for everyone. It's as if milk and honey flow out for people. But the people who live there are strong. The cities are very big. They are like forts. Caleb told the men to be quiet. He said, We should go into the land. We should take it. I'm sure we could do it. We can fight those people, said We can't fight those people, said the other men. They are stronger than we are. Those people are very big. We felt like grasshoppers next to them. Scared of the people. Numbers 14. That night, God's people cried. They fussed at Moses and Aaron. We wish we had died in Egypt, they said, or we wish we would die in this desert. Why is God taking us into this land? The people there will kill us. They'll take our wives and children to be theirs. It will be better. It would be better to go back to Egypt. The people even said, Let's choose another leader. Let's go back to Egypt. Moses and Aaron bowed down in prayer in front of the people. Joshua and Caleb were 2 of the 12 men who looked around Canaan. They said, The land is very good. If God is happy with us, he will lead us there. It's a land where milk and honey seem to flow out for the people. God will give us the land. Just don't turn against God. We'll win over those people, said Joshua and Caleb. Don't be scared of them. God is with us. But people talked about killing Joshua and Caleb. Then God's greatness came over the worship tent. God said to Moses, How long will this go on? How long will these people treat me as nothing? I've shown them wonders, but they choose not to believe me. I'll send a great sickness upon them. I'll get rid of them. Then I'll make your family into a nation. Your family will be stronger and greater than they ever were. But nations in Canaan have already heard about you, said Moses. They heard that we have seen you. They heard that you lead your people with a tall cloud in the day. They heard about the cloud of fire at night. What if you get rid of your people? Then these nations will say that you couldn't lead your people, so you killed them in the desert. Show these nations you are strong, just like you said, Moses told God. You said you do not get angry in a hurry. You have more than enough love. You forgive sin, and you do not bring trouble to people for doing wrong. Sorry. You do bring trouble to people for doing wrong, but your love is great, so forgive your people's sin. You forgive them before. I will forgive them, said God, just as you asked me to do. But not one person who saw my wonders will go into Canaan. They saw the wonders I did in Egypt. They saw the wonders I did in the desert, but they didn't obey me. They tested me, so they won't get to see the new land. But Caleb is different, said God. He follows me with his whole heart, so I'll bring him into the land I promised my people. My people must turn around tomorrow, said God. They must go back into the desert. They must head back towards the Red Sea. They said they would die in the desert, said God, so they will. Everyone who is 20 years old or more will die. They won't get to go into the promised land. Only Caleb and Joshua will get to go. My people said their children would be taken by their enemies, but the children will get to enjoy that land. You'll be shepherds in the desert for 40 years, said God. That's 1 year for each day you looked at the promised land. I, the Lord, have said this, so you can be sure I'll do it. Now the 10 men who made everyone afraid got sick. They died. They were the men who had looked at the new land, but Joshua and Caleb did not get sick or die. Moses told all God's people what God had said. They cried and cried. The next morning they headed for God's promised land. We sinned, they said. We'll go into the land and take it now. It won't work, said Moses. You're not obeying God. Don't go. God won't be with you because you turned away from him. You'll be killed if you go now. The people didn't listen. They kept going. They headed to the hill country, but Moses didn't go with them. Then their enemies came down from the hills. They jumped out at them and chased them far away.